Good morning. Thank you everyone for joining us here today at the Knoxville Pilot Travel Center. We're so pleased to have everyone here. I'm Wendy Hamilton and I'm the Senior Manager of Sales Marketing at Pilot Flying J and a very proud Trucking Moves America Forward Executive Committee member. This is a very special day for TMAF and Pilot Flying J is thrilled to be hosting, just as we have been proud supporters of this amazing industry movement since day one. So welcome again to those of you here, and also a very special welcome to everyone who is tuned in on Facebook Live. We really treasure our active and dedicated TMAF Facebook members and the entire trucking community online. I know you all are here and eagerly awaiting our big reveal. So allow me to introduce Kevin Birch. Kevin is co-chairman of TMAF, president of Jet Express, and chairman of American Trucking Associations. And I am very proud to serve the trucking industry with Kevin. So at this time, I will turn it over to Kevin.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wendy, and thank you for hosting us today and for our official press conference, if you will, here in the great city of Knoxville, Tennessee. You know, it's hard to believe that we were in Louisville almost 4 years ago. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I want to ask how many people in the audience here have heard of Trucking Moves America Forward? Raise your hand. Well, that's great, because 3.5 years ago, it was just the infancy of this great program. You know, it was back in Louisville at Mid-America Conference that Dave Nemo from XM Radio stood on a flatbed along with several other of us to announce this new organization, this new movement, if you will, TMAF, Trucking Moves America Forward. Let me tell you a little bit about Trucking Moves America Forward. It's not my organization or movement being chairman of the board of the American Trucking Association. It's your involvement. It's you that are involved in this organization. There are 3.5 million truck drivers, and I love the hearing of the trucks and the shifting of the gears behind us. This is what moves America forward. 7.3 million people are involved in our industry. Let me repeat that. 7.3 million people. 1 out of 16 Americans are involved in the trucking industry. That represents 5% of the gross national product. A group of us in the industry got together, as I said, almost 4 years ago and thought we needed to do something to improve the way that people perceive us in the trucking industry. Does it really matter, as you look behind me, whether you're a union or non-union driver? Does it matter if you're a truckload or LTL? Does it matter if you're hauling sheep and cows or farm equipment, or a flatbed versus a refrigerated van? Think about it. 3.5 million drivers. We're all different. We all carry different goods. And today we're going to tell our story and we're going to make a couple of announcements. We decided to create an image, if you will, movement with a clear mission. And that mission was to create a long-term, industry-wide movement that creates a positive image of our industry. Everyone in the industry does something throughout the year to showcase trucking. But if we could all come together with a simple message, we are safe and we have the data to prove it. We are essential, as you can tell by the goods that we're hauling here in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Pilot Flying J. We care about the environmental issues of the footprint that these trucks are hauling freight today. And it's a great career option. Many of you have heard me say in the past, this is my 45th year in trucking and I've never missed a paycheck. And I bet, I'm not sure about the same number, but many of you out there today have been involved in this industry. We also want to make sure that those that work in the trucking industry are proud and take pride in what they do. And those outside the industry that are here today, the media, also the suppliers, the customers, they fully understand just how important our industry is. The importance of trucking is nationwide, as I mentioned earlier. And it's great to tell people today just how important we are. We've had great supporters, the allied community at the American Trucking Association called Act One. Those companies that supply industry from everything from trucks, trailers, fuel, insurance, engines, legal services, technology, and even the tires that are rolling these goods behind us today. We're also great support from our companies and associations like the chairman of the board that I am of the American Trucking Associations. And our largest supporter financially is none other than Pilot Flying J. 3.5 years ago, Pilot Flying J came to the table not to be involved, but to be number one in Trucking Moves America Forward. So thank you, Wendy, and the entire Pilot Flying J leadership team that has allowed TMAF to grow what it is today. You have provided fuel to many of our trucks, but you've also provided the fuel for TMAF. So on behalf of the 7.3 million people, let's give Pilot Flying J a round of applause. Thank you, Wendy. Over the past few years, we've been visible throughout the country. As I said, we don't tell our story every once in a while or every month. We tell our story every day. We've got great digital presence on our Facebook, Twitter, and dedicated followers. We have been in the media talking about our industry. You, the drivers, we tell people what you deliver. And we've been at truck shows, community events, and much, much more, and on about telling our story. We have trailer wraps that 2.5 years ago we started with one. We have 159 trailer wraps now crossing our interstates every day hauling our goods. We've been telling our story and we tell it every day. Last summer, and this is the purpose of this press conference today, I had the honor as vice chairman to be in Indianapolis, Indiana for the National Truck Driving Championships with over 500 drivers competing inside the convention center in Indianapolis. And for those of you that don't know, they have a mascot, and that mascot was a duck. And I want you to know that that duck was big, and it was impressive. I watched as the crowds and the audience, the kids, the parents, the significant others that were at that convention center for the Truck Driving Championships take awe, if you will, of this mascot. It was an attention grabber. And just as I wear this I Love Trucks button, which many of you have seen me wear for years, this is an attention grabber to tell our story. That mascot in Indianapolis was something that I thought, you know what? TMAF, Trucking Moves America Forward, needs a mascot. We need to get an attention grabber. We need to tell our story. We need a mascot. So today, I'm proud to be the chairman, and not only to get you more involved in truckloads and various modes of transportation within TMAF, but to introduce to you the newest member of our great trucking association to our large family of 7.3 million people in this industry. And it's official. TMAF has a mascot, and here is our mascot. Let's give it a round of applause, please. What do you think of our mascot? Can I get a couple people up here to take a picture real quick, and then we're going to introduce Elizabeth Barna. Wendy, Elizabeth. I can't tell you how enthused I am. To my right and your left, our new mascot. The trucking industry has been waiting for a mascot. This mascot will travel the country telling our story. At this time, I'm going to introduce to you, and many of you know her, Elizabeth Barna. She's the Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President of Industry Affairs at the American Trucking Associations. Elizabeth is a member of the TMAF Executive Committee. She is the glue of TMAF right from the beginning. So please welcome Elizabeth Barna.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you all, and thank you, Kevin, and especially Wendy and the Pilot Flying J crowd. We're appreciative of all your support and to being here today. Most importantly, though, we want to thank all of you who deliver America 24/7. Just like you, the mascot is ready to hit the road, tour the country, and tell our story of the trucking industry. But you probably are all wondering, is it a he? Is it a she? What is its name? The mascot is outfitted with just about everything: tail lights, turn signals, tires, but one thing it doesn't have is a name. You all helped us 4 years ago come up with the tagline, "Trucking Moves America Forward." I'm not sure if you remember it, but we put it out for a vote to the trucking industry. And that is really how TMAF came about. That was so successful, so we decided we need your help again. We need you, all 7.3 million members of the trucking industry, to help name the mascot. We're asking you to send us your best name ideas to mascot@truckingmovesamerica.com. For the next month, we'll go ahead and collect all of the cool names that you come up with, and then we'll take a look at them, come up with some of the finalist names, and then once again put it out for a vote for all of you to name the mascot. Basically, the voting polls will be open shortly. We'll unveil the name, so stay tuned and when and where we'll unveil that name. Log on to our website or Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and more to find out the next steps. Encourage your family and friends and your colleagues all to get involved as well. Ideas can't come fast enough, so if you're watching us on Facebook Live or you're here in the audience, log on right now. mascot@truckingmovesamerica.com. We simply cannot wait for the mascot to hit the road. Thank you for all you do each and every day, and thank you again to Pilot Flying J and all of our supporters of TMAF so that we can continue to tell our story, the trucking story, the story of America. We'll have the mascot at the Great American Truck Show in August in Dallas and many other places. So keep an eye out where you'll be able to greet the mascot and learn more about Trucking Moves America.